And welcome back, folks. This is one of those times when I was just totally stupid. I had to find him in the CIT ruins, not anywhere else. So, sorry for the last 5 minutes there of me trying to find him. I was in the totally wrong place, like a twit. I am a stupid idiot, just for the record.
Hello. Primary sensor critically damaged.
Do it! Scream! Scream for mercy!
Your termination is inevitable.
Okay, that super mutant was killed fairly quick. Synth, get out of the way, dude.
Bleed and die!
Don't know why he keeps telling me to come through this way, because...
Continued hostilities is not advised.
Ow! Die!
Boom.
Someone hostility.
Are you? Okay, so I really don't get why it sent us in here, because it's not the actual way we need to be going. Is it? I was getting pretty lost in these ruins. Oh, we do. We can go out this way. There we go. There he is, look. Now this could go either way. I'm a little bit worried here what he's going to say to us.
Son, you know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
Hmm.
It wasn't always like this. It used to be different.
I can only imagine. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Well, that's mainly to do with you're still my son, dude. So wait, hold on a minute. Yeah, exactly.
Why let me out now? After all this time.
Well, that's hard to explain. Certainly, it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you, as it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
I was always going to do.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. Well, it's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were ambushed?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
So I'm not actually sure if I'm happy with that outcome there, because... Because technically now, the Institute aren't particularly trusting of me. Let's say this next part, because maybe I can convince the Directorate that I am still worthwhile. So it was a fun mission, though. I'll give it that. Although I'm not quite sure what... Oh, I just don't know which way I'm going yet. I don't know whose faction I'm going to really support. I think I'm probably going to stick with the Institute. I've got to go up one more level.
A clean and healthy work environment is essential
Sean,
to maximum
Let's get this
productivity.
Directorate meeting over with before we speak further. It's... well, it's important.
Lead on, son. How is it going to be in this... Oh, boardroom. I've been here a few times. Shall I take a seat as well?
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's all right. I wouldn't expect you to have. The project has been classified from the beginning. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings. That time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Sounds like an important step.
Well, that's an understatement. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate.
Oh.
No. There is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying. Please, everyone,
frick.
Please, I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
Oh, God. After all that.
This can't be happening. I only just found you.
I've had the same thoughts more than a few times. But we cannot let this stop us. Our work must continue. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really? Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
God, so I'm gonna be the leader?
Who is undergoing the reclamation process as we speak. Before long, he'll be back in the workforce.
My gosh. I can't believe my son is dying.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
Whew. I can do the job.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate, and the Institute at large, will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
My God. Whew. So after... So Sean is dying.
Carry on, sir. Scanning. Unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
That's right.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. You're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
Consider it done.
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done when I've got it in my hands. I'm going with you.
Okay.
You're going? That complicates things.
Not really, no. I admit I'm not fond of going up top, but I promise to stay out of your way. This device we're after? It's very sensitive equipment, and it's pretty damn old. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just that I trust myself more. So, are you going to put up a stink, or can we get moving?
Fine.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back in one piece. I don't like going above ground unless there's no other option. But here we are, with our options dwindling quickly. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move quickly on this. Word is that the Brotherhood is nosing around the area. We don't want them getting the agitator before we do. Head on up to the relay, and I'll meet you there.
Or inform the brother... No, we're sticking... No. We are not informing the Brotherhood. No, not this time. If I'm going to be taking over the Institute one day, I am fully Institute-minded now. Absolutely fully. No more playing around with the Railroad, no more playing around with the Brotherhood. Although with the Brotherhood, I might just go do some of the exploration quests where it asks me to go speak to people on the Pryden. That's the only thing I might do. Now, mass fusion is where we picked up originally. I'm sure one of the bobbleheads. Oh, and of course it was where we got the freefall leggings from as well. Why did the raiders all, like, get hurt then? Am I being thick here? Why is it telling me to go in another door? Oh, the other map. Sorry, I get it. The other map marker is the one to inform the Brotherhood. Oh, hello. Oh, legendary raiders. Where's my gun gone? Too big glitch. Another one bites the dust. Oh, hello.